Imagine to be accepted in college and you get all happy about it because like if you want to be a successful person, you have to be educated. If you want to find a good job, make good money, or start your own business. But then suddenly you realize that you will have to pay out of state tuition and you won't be able to apply to federal financial aid. In that moment, that happy moment turns into one of the hardest challenge you will ever have in your life. In that moment, you have to take a decision, and that's something that happened to many undocumented students. My name is Angelo Angulo, and I will talk today about three main points. The first one, expensive tuition and limited access to financial aid that undocumented students have, fewer opportunities for the scholarships, and emotionally, of course, and academic stress caused by financial pressure. So let's start with the first point. According to the National Immigration Law Center, undocumented students has to pay 2 to 3 times more higher tuition, which means like if a citizen is paying like $6,000, it means like undocumented students will have to pay $18,000, which is a lot of money, many times. And according to the federal students aid, they are not eligible for FAFSA or Pell Grant, so they cannot apply for some financial help. In some states, they apply what they say like in-state tuition, like New Mexico, California, Illinois, but there are only like few states that they do that in comparison to the several states the United States have. So it depends on what university you're trying to go, your bill is going to increase for several $1,000s. And besides of that, also it's also the work opportunities they have. Let's talk about international students. When they come here, they can only work in the campus or they can only work in companies related to their degree. So which means like, let's be straightforward, working in campus, you cannot survive here. You are making like from 12 to $15 per hour, and you're only able to work like 30 hours per week. So that the money that you make from that is not, doesn't cover all the expenses you have to pay. Another thing is like after people graduate and finish their education, like after they figured it out how to cover all the money that they have to pay, at the end they have two chances. One of them is like getting married with someone for they can fix their papers, which is like some of them find the love of their life here, which is good, and they take that way to fix their paper here, have the green card and things like that, or become citizens later. But most of the people they don't, and then the other way they have is like they have to find a sponsor, a company that sponsors them, and before, well, that cost for that process for the green card, it costs between like $4,000 to $10,000, which it can be a little bit more, maybe depends where you're living too. But right now, also we saw like in the news that the President Donald Trump signed a new law that it says like companies will have to pay $100,000 for that, which means like there's going to be more competition and only like big companies will be able to sponsor international people. $100,000 is a lot of money. So it's another challenge that undocumented students or international students will have to pay too. So being no federal aid an option, so most students turn to scholarships for help, right? They go there, but even here, even applying for the scholarships, they face like serious problems, like because in most of the scholarships they ask you a proof of a citizen or like a permanent resident, and from that only like asking you that there are like many undocumented people that they are already out of that possibility. And the President Alliance of Higher Education and Immigration explains like also college can legally create scholarships for undocumented students, but not all of them do it. So, but it's legal that they can try to create a way for undocumented students can apply for more scholarships and get help, economically talking. Organizations like the Dream US or the Golden Door scholarships, they try to help documented, but of course they have like limited funds. There are many people applying for that, so it's like very few options that you can get one of the scholarships that they offer. So it's like very competitive that part. And most of the students then depends on what their family can do for them, right? And when you combine stress for high tuition, lack of aid, and few scholarships, the emotional toll becomes very heavy. In Lucian, I'm reading this because I don't want to lose this, but it says like 59% of the college students have considered dropping out due to financial stress. And the Center for College Mental Health reports like stress leads to lower grades, poor motivation, and burnout, right? Because for undocumented students, it's like even worse because on top of that, they have to worry about being deported. They also have to worry about the help their families because they come here for a better future, and most of their families are in their countries struggling with the political decisions over there, so they have to send money to them most of the time, so they have to worry about it. And with the work limitations that they have, they also have to find jobs under the table. And what this causes, like most of them working construction jobs, just looking for like them to pay cash, to be paid cash, and then also they work like overnight and they come the next day, because I saw many of my classmates being so tired because they come from work and their brain is not 100% working, like they cannot like think the same way like someone who is rested. That of course affects that, and they go to class all tired. So most of them also, that they think like they don't believe that they're going to be able to finish it. And this is so sad, because they are hardworking, they are very talented, they are very smart, even most of the times, personal opinion, more intelligent than citizens here. And well, with this is also, actually, it's not my purpose to make you feel bad about like undocumented students, but with this is like, the purpose is like people know what they are struggling with, and then maybe they can create like fairer tuition policies, create more inclusive scholarships also, because at the end I think like every student, no matter where they were born, deserve to have the same chance to succeed. Most of us comes with a dream to achieve the American dream here, and we know like it's not easy. We are taking the hard way. We're studying, trying to figure it out how to pay everything, working hard, being like polite here, like to follow all the instructions, all the rules that we have to follow. But we also need help, and at the end we're gonna cooperate with the country, because we wanna find a job here in United States, and we want to like apply all our knowledges and to become this country better too. So thank you for your attention. This is my informative speech, and I hope you like it.